Good. Hey guys, welcome to the Fly Eagle Show. This is our fourth episode. My name is Dan. I'm your co-host. I got Mackenzie here and I got Brandon. We'll let them introduce themselves. Brandon, you want to go ahead?
Sure. Hey, how you guys doing? Brandon Harbaugh here, from the sweetest place on earth. If you don't know, Hershey, Pennsylvania, by day, helping and educating people in the stock market for less than $1 a day, and by night, full out Eagles fan. And let's roll. Fly Eagles fly.
Kenzie?
Um, I'm Mackenzie. I'm Dan's daughter. I'm recent college grad, still finding my career. So I'm all day Eagles fan.
There you go. And like I said, I'm Dan. I own a digital marketing company where we do web design and search engine optimization. So anyhow, we want to get started right in. We got a lot of things to cover this episode. We're going to kind of talk about a few things. A few things that annoyed us from last game, and not to get picky, but these these announcers get on my damn nerves sometimes. Me and Mackenzie were watching the game, and I can't tell you how many times we heard Mahomes magic. It's like, come on, enough. They foam over Mahomes like he is the second coming of Christ. It's annoying. It's it just takes away from the game, in my opinion. So um, that's my take on it. Like I said, I found it very irritating, and to hear it said probably 15 times was annoying. Why do you guys feel like they say that, they emphasize how special he is, and there's no doubt that he has talent, but at the same time, it seems like that's really their main focus.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in Pennsylvania, so I heard Mahomes magic. I just had to tighten my ears. I don't want to hear it no more. But I think like they just kind of go with it. Since we played the Chiefs, there's a lot of history since we did just beat them in the Super Bowl. The last three games we're 3-0 against them, and they're just going to purposely annoy us, just kind of get back at us. So unfortunately, I had to hear it like you said, 14 or 15 times, but I heard it once or twice, and every other time I just closed my ears and pretend I never said it. But
Mm-hmm.
definitely annoying for sure.
I would say that it would be less annoying if they did the same thing to Jalen Hurts because I think he deserves it at this point in his career right now more than Mahomes does. Like he had his time to shine. I think the Mahomes train is kind of leaving the station, and now Jalen Hurts deserves a lot more credit than he's getting from
Well, that's the
everyone in
thing.
the media.
Yeah, it's just there is a lot of disrespect still put on Hurts, no matter what he does. Now there's talk, oh, well, should we be worried he hasn't thrown for a touchdown in the first two games? And it's like, even the other teams are giving him crap. I mean, at the end of the Chiefs game, I can't remember the player's name, but he's
Chris
giving him,
Jones.
who was it? Chris
Chris
Jones?
Jones.
Yeah, he's giving him crap. He's like, you only got 100 yards. And Hurts is like, shut the F up. We won. And he's right.
Yeah.
Who
Yep.
cares if he's thrown for a touchdown, running for a touchdown? At the end of the day, he did his job and he won. So, I mean, I don't understand the hate and the disrespect that he gets.
And I totally back you up on that too. I think it's crazy. But this year it's been a little bit different. I mean, like you said, he said you didn't get 100+ yards on us, and it's like we didn't have to throw the ball real heavy. And
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the game, I mean, you have to look in the mirror. Do you guys want to win, or do you guys want to get stats? Like you could be 6-10 like Joe Burrow with the 7,000 yards a season, and they don't get nothing. I'd
Sure.
rather take Hurts throwing for 3,200 yards with another Super Bowl any day of the week. So I do think he is unfairly criticized. In the end, I mean, the dude's a winner. I mean, he
Yeah.
shows up, he does what he needs to do to win the game and adapt. And we know, like deep down inside, AJ Brown is definitely, to me, he's the best all round receiver at this time. You could argue him, Chase, or the Vikings guy, Justin Jefferson. I mean, it just depends on what you look for as a passer. I know when the ball comes to Brown's way, he is very, very dependable, and in one-on-one, he's getting the ball. So is it concerning in a sense that he don't have a passing touchdown yet? I mean, I'm not sure if it's a concern because we know he can throw the ball. I just think that the team's been over. They've been zoning us. Like they've been running a spy or one person on Brown and zoning him. So he can't really reap the reward of what he's very strong at. But at the end of the day, we're 2-0. So now teams are going to start loading the box with. We got Tanks Bigsby. We still got Barkley. I believe Shipley's coming back this week. We still got AJ Dillon. So we're
Goddard's
really a run
at
first
practice
team.
too.
Yeah,
So.
we're a run first team, and that's what we're going to keep doing until you load the box. Then we're going to start passing it. So one of these games, we're going to see Hurts throw for 300 or 400 yards, and you ain't going to hear nothing about it. Now you're going to hear, well, now he's pass happy. He don't want to run the ball, blah blah blah. And I said, you know what, Hurts, keep doing you. Keep the main thing the main thing.
Yeah, and people are getting on Hurts because he's, like I said, he hasn't thrown for a touchdown, but at the same time, we are a run-focused team. We got a new offensive coordinator. I think this stuff just takes some time to kind of figure itself out, to figure out how do you get these guys involved. And even AJ Brown said, I'm not getting open. They're double teaming me. There's just not much opportunity there. So it's not like
And
he's not
another thing to
looking.
toss out there, too is since Hurt's been in the league, how many offensive coordinators had he have? I think he
Oh,
had a new one
geez.
every single year.
Almost, yeah. It's
So that's
crazy.
not fair, really, because look at Tom Brady and Mahomes. They all have the same coordinator for years on years to build off that. You have to learn a new system every single year. So, hey, Hurts, if you watch this, keep on winning, bro.
Well, and I never understood that, and I'm not trying to hog all the time here from you, Mackenzie, but I never understood that. Why do
Okay.
we not lock these coordinators down to some kind of contract? It seems like we get them for a year, they do really good, then everybody wants them. It's like, sign them to like a 5-year, and if they don't perform, then you cut them. So,
They might not want that.
they may
I'd
not
rather
want it,
be a
but
head coach.
if you want to
I mean,
coach in the NFL,
I
they
think
kind of hold all the power.
And I do think coming into the coaching aspect, I mean, just like the players, your goal or your objective, I would feel, is to be the best at it. So I mean,
Mhm.
when you come in and you have the the winning record and culture behind the Eagles, I think every other organization wants that. So I feel
Sure.
like they purposely poach our coaches for that reason, But Mackenzie, how
Yeah.
you feel about that?
You guys don't have to worry about giving me time to talk. I really don't care that much. Not in a mean way. I'm not like, oh, if I don't get to say something, I'm mad about it. But no, I think that it would be nice to have someone that's here for a while, but at the same time, they want their money and they want to be a coach as well. So I'm happy for them that they get that opportunity. And it seems so far not to have affected us too much. Like, yeah, there's some issues that are being brought up and people saying they should fire him, but it's only the second game and we've won both of them, even though they weren't the prettiest wins. A win is still a win.
It's true. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. So let's talk about this rookie. What do you? I'm just blown away with his play. I mean, I think he's been stellar so far. And obviously I'm talking about Andrew Mukubu. What do you guys think of? I mean, first couple games in, I mean, he's really starting to come into his own already. Is that coincidence? I mean, do you feel like he can keep that going? I mean, it's hard for a rookie. You got to think these guys are, what's he, 21, 22 years old? I mean, not that old. All of a sudden you're in a league with veterans and, it's a totally different environment from college. So I'm pretty impressed. What's your first take on him?
So for me, I mean, I'm happy that he's performing the way he is. I honestly, in college, he was definitely a ball hawk. He played
Mm-hmm.
for Texas. Texas definitely wasn't a team to sleep on. I mean, I believe they made it to the college playoffs, so they definitely play some tough teams. And drafting kids out of the SEC and some of these other teams that play tough pro style teams, I feel like
Sure.
gives them a little bit more of an advantage than maybe taking someone from South Dakota State, right?
Yeah.
So in college, like he was a beast. I didn't think we were going to pick him, but when we did, I was like, man, I think this could actually be a sleeper pick for us. But I did not expect him to come in and win the starting job. But I'm just going to tell that guy, Andrew, if you watching this, you keep on your nose down and be the baby Dawkins that we all believe that you could be. So let them interceptions keep coming. You keep up the great work, and eventually, I want you and Reed to solidify that secondary role back there, and you guys are young for years to go, and I love it. So far,
Yeah.
I like what I'm seeing.
He wasn't even on my radar, to be honest. I mean, I, I didn't have any expectations with him coming in. So to see him do what he did, plus, he had a strong preseason. So to go from that to making a starting spot on the team, that's pretty impressive. So I hope, like you said, I hope he can continue that and keep carrying on with that momentum. We got the Rams coming up next. So, we say this every game. Every game this season, I've been, you know, cautiously optimistic about it. Rams seem like they have a solid team this year. Which you got some thoughts on things that maybe we should look for in this game, or things that might be of a concern with you?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Rams are definitely a above average team. I'm gonna be the wild one here, and I think the Eagles are going to have a huge breakout game this week. I
You
think they're
do.
due for one to light the air up and let our running backs do what they do. And are the Rams a great team? I think defensively they're young, they're fierce a little bit, but they're still learning as well. They have a great coach. I think McVay's a good coach. And then Matthew Stafford, I mean, he's probably like 75 years old now. I'm just kidding, but
Sure.
he definitely been in the league for quite some time, so he's definitely a vet. The running back's decent, so I believe the Eagles are still getting their reps in from the starters because we didn't play no preseason. So coming to our third and fourth game, fifth game, I think we're going to start molding into the team that we know that we already are with the consistency aspect. And I think that we're gonna win this game. I think it's going to be a nail biter in the first half, and I think the second half we're going to open the doors up. And I think if we had to put a score out there, I'm looking for like a 34-14 or 17 win from the Eagles. So let's
Really?
go.
Okay. All right. Well, I looked up on ChatGPT, and of course, it's like the first thing that comes up. It says Eagle stagnant passing. It's like even AI is being disrespectful. I mean, damn. We could win the Super Bowl 3 or 4 times in a row. We still be the underdogs. It's just I don't know what it
I
is, but
kind of like it like that
I
though.
do too.
I don't want to become the team that everyone hates. Like I do kind of see
Like Dallas.
like when someone start no, I'm saying when they start winning. Like the
Oh.
Chiefs, everyone started hating on them. The Patriots, everyone started hating on them when you do good. But now we're known as the team that people know to beat those teams.
Mm.
We're the killer of three-peats. So I kind of prefer to be known that way.
Yeah, well, you're right. We brought down Brady and gave him a loss, and then we did the same to Mahomes. I saw something like the Chiefs are the 0-2 start for the first time. Gee, since I think Patrick Mahomes has never been 0-2, has he? Maybe his first season. I'm not sure, but it's not. It's nice. I like it. And Andy Reid hasn't started 0-2. I think I saw since 2014. So it's been a while. Yeah, I mean, the Rams have Stafford, who is a great quarterback, and I feel like he's an elite quarterback, just like just like Mahomes, who we just beat. I think the Eagles have to figure out a way to get the wide receivers involved. You have way too much talent there to not be utilizing them, and I think that's a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got to figure out a way. He's got the running game started. It's not doing what we did last year where we were blowing it out. But if you remember the beginning of last season, we weren't playing that great football. I mean, we were what, 2-2 was it last season?
Yep.
And it was ugly football. I mean, it was stressful and the games were up and down. It was emotional. So I feel like we're kind of starting just like we did last year. It's great that we're winning, but they're not super impressive wins, but they're still
They're not
wins.
dominant.
No, they're not dominant. And maybe I was telling Mackenzie, I think part of the problem is in my mind, it's still the end of last year. So I'm thinking the game that we blew out Washington and, how we had the Super Bowl. And in my head, that's the way we should be playing right now. Well, it takes a little bit to get that. You got to take last season, throw it away. And everything is different. Everything's new. So you can't win today's games with yesterday's home runs, and that's kind of in my mind. I still feel like that's where we are. We should be just blowing every team out, and that's not where we are this season. So
Yep. No,
that's my take.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's a real good take. I mean, I'd love to have those dominant blowout wins, but like you said, even last year, I mean, we
sure.
started off sluggish, 2-2, and then I remember Nick shaved his head, and for some reason that like
So
jump started us. And
now we need him
uh,
to grow hair. Maybe
yeah,
we can get some, get some long hair or something, and there we go. So,
yeah, yep.
wh- do you think after this season that they'll ban the brotherly shove? I mean, I feel like there's so much hate for it out there, and I honestly don't understand it because every team can do it. It's not, yeah, we're good at it, but there's nothing stopping any other team from trying to perfect it. So if that's a case and every team can do it, why didn't more teams not use that as an option? I don't understand. I heard the announcer during the Chiefs game saying, "Oh well, I don't agree with it. It should be banned." And I think it was their guest official that they have on. I can't remember the guy's name, but he don't like the play. He said because you can't spot offsides or things like that, and I think that's just an excuse. And I just don't understand why other teams don't use it.
I from the other perspective, I didn't understand why the vote was to ban it until the offsides conversation got brought up because I can see how that would be frustrating for other teams. Like, since it's my team, I'm happy that we're able to do it, but the rules are the rules. So, I mean, maybe they need to just get better at looking for it, but
Hmm.
you can't break the rules for a play. So maybe there needs to be some modifications just so it's more fair.
Yeah.
But I do
Well,
agree that other people can learn how to do it.
there's 50,000 cameras at a football game, though. You mean to tell me they can't put a camera somewhere where they can actually spot if someone's offsides?
Yeah,
I
I
mean, they
mean,
got. Uh,
just like Mackenzie said, I mean, this past game, of course, I'm a diehard Eagles fan, but I mean, being realistic, when one or two of them, if you do look at the replay, we kind of did go offsides, one or two different times. So I don't think they should ban it. I think it's a great play. I think they need to be a lot more dialed in watching it. But I do say that to say this too. Even though we did technically go off sides on one of the successful attempts, if you look at the defensive linemen, their tackles are over the line, like
mm-hmm.
in the neutral zone. So we're not off sides. They're actually off sides, putting their hand because you can't have your helmet or your hand at the tip of the football on that plane,
I
and
saw that. Yeah.
they're all putting like there was three or four guys off sides on them,
Sure.
like in the neutral zone. So even though the one video I did see, we did technically false start, but there was three or four of those guys that were already in the neutral zone, and maybe that's why they just let it play out because they kind of just watched each other, you know. So
And
I
that's
definitely don't think
possible.
like you should ban it because we had a QB sneak. What's the difference of you doing behind the center and just diving 1 or 2 yards between the gaps? Like they used to do back in the day. I think it's the same exact play, you
It's
know.
a,
So,
it is the same play. The only difference is you have someone pushing you from behind. But if
well,
you're getting tackled, if you're a running back and you're running the ball and you get stopped with forward progress before they blow the whistle, if your guy comes up behind you and pushes you forward, that
that
counts.
still counts too. Like they never
So
pulled
what's the
net.
difference?
So
It's the same
I
thing.
agree with you 100%. You know,
Yeah.
unbiased. I do think, like I said, the one time we were offsides, but they were in the neutral zone, three or four guys deep. And when
Hmm.
they go back and screenshot it, every team is in the neutral zone. So it's really like you guys are arguing a play that you guys are technically getting a 5 yard penalty if they would call it.
Exactly. Yeah, that makes no sense. Well, I guess let's go through some final thoughts. So I'm excited to be watching the game Sunday. I'm going to be watching it alone because my watching partner, has to work. So I think I'll have to rely on daughter number two to watch it with me now.
Say, who's making us food this weekend?
Yeah, well, Mackenzie's going to be serving it, so she's not going to be watching the game with me.
My manager said I can if I put it up at my serving station, I can take a couple peeks at it when I have some downtime.
Could you imagine? So she's a server. Could you imagine being in the restaurant and you're ah? ah, that's gonna be Mackenzie.
Yeah.
I
We're
So,
already
can't do
capable. We're
that.
like, where's our server at? She's like,
oh,
hey, let's win the game.
oh yeah, she screams like she gets into the games for sure. So I'm excited to be watching the game. To me, any weekend I get to watch a football game, I'm happy. And I'm weird. I can't get into watching any other team. So even though there's multiple games and we have a bye week, I just don't watch anything. So I don't know. That's just me. Guys, have any final thoughts?
No, you kind of stole mine. I'm just
All
upset
right.
that I can't watch it, but it's
I
okay.
guess I gotta be upset too that she can't watch it either. But hey, I'll watch it for you. So we're good either way. You
Thanks.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I'm pumped about it. It is a 1 p.m. game. I don't like the 1 p.m. games as much because I'm just getting back from the house after church. But hey, we still going to be able to watch it. And I'm optimistic about us getting the win this week. I'm looking for a breakout game, and let's get Air Hurts going a little bit.
There you
So
go.
other than that, let's get a dominant one for once. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah, that'd
going
be nice.
forward, I do want to start bringing on some guests. So if you'd like to be our guest, just visit flyeagles.com and fill out the form on there for under guest. And we'd like to try to get you on. We'd love to hear your stories and share it with others. This is a fan-based show. We're all about the stories, all about the memories, and celebrating our team. So,
If you're crazy, we're all crazy too. So
yep.
look forward to having anyone in the future.
All right, guys. Well, go Birds, and we'll talk to you next time.
Go Birds. Have a
Go
good one.
Birds.